Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And remember, take that easiness with a grain of salt because this is considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. So today's puzzle is called SudokuBot, and it's by Scott Strassel. I think that's how you pronounce it. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules, which means place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and box. Killer Sudoku rules. Every digits in a cage sum to the number in the corner. And usually we say that they cannot be repeats, but by normal Sudoku rules, there can't be repeats in any of the killer cages. Okay, German whisper rules. Adjacent digits must, on the green line, must differ by at least 5. Okay, so that means if this was a 3, okay, so for killer cages, that means these 5 digits would have to sum up to 22, these 5 digits would sum up to 22, these 5 digits would sum up to 32, etc., etc. For killer cages, an example of, so say this was a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 because it has to, adjacent digits have to be at least 5 away from their neighbor. Odd, even. Gray circles are odd. So these two circles are odd. And gray squares are even. And so this is even. And lockout lines. Now this is a little bit, I don't actually know what lockout lines were, but here are the rules specifically for that. Digits on a blue lockout line may not be between the digits in diamonds at either end. So this is a lockout line. So digits on this line cannot be between. So it's the opposite of in between lines. Okay. May not be between the digits in diamonds at either end. And digits in diamonds must differ by at least 4. So these two digits have to differ by 4. So an example of a valid lockout line here, I guess, would be like 3 and 7, and then this is 9, right? So it cannot be like 5 or 6 because it can't be in between these two. And say you had 9 and 6. Well, that doesn't work because the difference between these two, the ends, has to be at least 4. So it's kind of like a mixture of a, I don't even know. It's just the opposite of an in-between line. And the outer diamonds have to be at least a difference of 4. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so the difference between these two is at least, okay, so this has to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. What's the minimum you can have? So can you have it without a 1? No, because if you have 1, if you don't have a 1 there, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which adds up to 20. Can you have it without a 2? No, because it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the minimum, and that adds up to 19, and it's still greater than 18. So 1 and 2 both have to be here. So 1 and 2 have to be here in the 18 cell. In the 19 cell, it's 1, 2, 3. You have to have the 1 there. You don't have to have anything else. So this is 1 through 8. And you can't have 1 or 2, right? And this one, so these two have to have a difference of at least 4. So it's either 3, 7, 4, 8, 5, 9, or 3, or any combination of those. So any combination of 3, 4, and 5 with 7, 8, or 9. Okay. Right, so you have to have one of 3, 4, 5. So say you had 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 work. I think these must contain 2 from 3, 4, and 5, right? Say you only had 1, 2, 3, and 6, 7. That would be 6 plus 6 plus 7, which is 19, which is 1 greater than this can be, right? So yeah, if you tried to have only one of these three, one of 3, 4, and 5, that means it just doesn't work, right? Because we took the smallest of everything with only one of 3, 4, 5, and that's 19, so that doesn't work. So therefore, you have to have 2 from 3, 4, or 5 here. And we know this is a set of 1 of 3, 4, 5, and 1 of 7, 8, or 9. So therefore, one of them has to be 3, 4, 5. 2 of these have to be 3, 4, 5. So there cannot be a 3, 4, 5 also in the rest of the box. So there's no 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So this has to be 6 through 9. If it's 6 in the middle, it's going to be in the middle of everything. So this cannot be 6. How about 7? If 7 is... Can 7 be on the outside? No. Right? Because if 7's on the outside, it has to be in between a 3 and something that's 4 away from it. So that would have to be 8. So 7 cannot be on this lockout line. So it's either 8 or 9, which means the end is either 7 or 8. Since the end is 7 or 8, it has to have a 3 or a 4 with it, which means the 5 has to be here. So we know 1, 2, and 5 are here. We're just going to delete this to make it so we can see. So it's 3 or 4 with the 5. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 5, that adds up to 11. So 1, 2, 3, 5 adds up to 11. You have to have 7 with it. Right? 7 plus 11 is 18. Right. So 1, 2. Okay, so so this cannot have an 8 then. Cannot have an 8. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 5, it's 7. If it's 1, 2, 4, 5, it's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, you have 4, 8, 4, 8. This is 6, and this is 9. Okay, so then this would be 6, this would be 9. You'd have 4, 8, 4, 8. That would have to be 9 then. This would be 6. If you have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, it could be 3, 7. This is 7 or 8. Actually, it could be 9 too. Because this could be 8 and this could be 3, 7, 3, 7. And this would be, yeah. So this could be still 8, 7, 8, or 9. Okay, so German Whisper then. Okay, this is 32. Can we do something similar here? 32. What if you don't have 9? If you don't have 9, then it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it looks like it's very similar, right? Yeah, so this cage adds up to 18, which is 3 away from 15, which is the minimum you can have for 5 unique digits adding up together. This is 32, which is 3 away from 35, which is the maximum you can have for 5 digits that add up to, yeah, which is the maximum you can have for 5 digits adding up to 5 unique digits adding up to a sum. So because we have this is 3 away, this is 3 away, they both must act similarly. So therefore, this is the same. So this is the other way. If this is 3 through 9, this has to be 6 and 7 with 2 and 3. 2, 3, 6, 7. And this is 1 or 2, which would make this 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an even number, so this is 2, 4, 6, or 8. These are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Oh yeah, this and this is a robot, right? This is the Sudoku bot. Okay, so interesting. We know the 5 has to be one of these two here. We know the 5 has to. Okay. So 5 can never be on a German whisper line. So this can't be 5. This can't be 5. Therefore, we have an X-wing here, where we know the 5 has to be one of those two spaces. The 5 has to be one of those two spaces. So if this was a 5, therefore that makes that a 5, because anywhere else in row 2 cannot have a 5. And vice versa. This is a 5, therefore that has to be a 5. So as an X-wing, we know that basically if there's only two spaces that it can be in two rows, that eliminates all the same number in those columns. So specifically, there's no 5 in any of column 1 besides one of these two cells. There's no 5 in any of column 9 besides these two cells. So we can eliminate 5s from everything else. And now we know that there's a 5 in this place, right? Because the 5 has to be here. And there's a 5 in this space. Which means, and then we have an X-wing this way, right? So the 5 can only be in one of these two spaces. The 5 can only be in one of these two spaces. Therefore, there cannot be a 5 in the rows that those X-wings work on, right? Because there can only be a 5 in this column. It can only be here. The 5 in this column can only be in this column, can only be here, which means the 5 cannot be in, well, we knew that the 5 couldn't be in the rows anyways, so that wasn't that interesting, actually. Because we know that from the German whisper lines, 5 couldn't be there anyways. So, oh, actually, this is interesting. All of these lines on the German whisper line in box 5 are next to two other cells on the German whisper line, which are unique, right? So this is next to two unique digits. This is next to two unique digits, and this is next to two unique digits. Therefore, you can never have a 4 or a 6 be on a German whisper line next to two unique digits. They're only next to 1. Like 4 can only be next to 9, and 6 can only be next to 1. So this cannot be 4 or 6. This cannot be 4 or 6. So we know this is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Therefore, this must be 4 or 6. This is 4, 5, or 6. Okay, so we can remove the outer ones. And this is 4, 5, or 6. Because of that, this can't be 4, 5, or 6 here. This can't be 4, 5, or 6. This can't be 4, 5, or 6. Therefore, 2 out of 1, 2, or 3 are here. The other one is here. Therefore, this cannot be 1, 2, or 3. Therefore, this must be, well, we don't know. It can't be 3, so it has to have a 4. So it's 4, 5. Let's go this way because we did this one more in depth. So this can't have a 7, 8, or 9 because, so, right, we have a 7, 8, 9 triplet here, right? So this is 7, 8, 9, this is 7, 8, 9, that's 7, 8, or 9. Actually, okay. So both of these are from 7, 8, and 9. The outer ones have to be from 7, 8, and 9. So we have 3 from 7, 8, or 9 already in box 4. So this cannot contain 7, 8, or 9. Therefore, it must contain a 6. So it must be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So the 3 cannot be here. So this is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This becomes 3 with either 7 or 8, and then 8 or 9 is here. Similarly, this has to be 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So there's no 7. There's no 3. So this is 7. So we know this is 3 here, and this is 7 here, right? One of these two is 7. What does that tell us? This has to be 3 then, because we have a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair in row 5. So this is 3. which makes this 2 and 7. So we can remove the outer stuff. And this must be, for the same reasoning, this must be 3 and 8. So this is 3 and 8, which makes this 9, this 7, this 8. This has to be 1, and this is 2. So there's no 2 here, no 2 here. We're just cleaning things up. These can't be 8, these can't be 8. So this is 2 or 7, this is 2 or 7, this is 3 or 8, this is 3 or 8. 7 can never be any of these two cells, because if it's 7, it would be next to either a 3, which is not 5 away from, or 8, which is definitely not 5 away from. So this can't be 7. Similarly, this can't be 3, because if it's 3, it's next to 2 or 7, which, again, it can't be 5 away from. It can't be 5 away from 7, and it can't be 5 away from 2. Everything else is kosher. Okay, so the 1 has to be here. We know 5 is one of these two. One of these ends at least has to be a 4 or 6. We don't know which, though. One of these ends has to be at least a 4 or 6. Okay. So this cannot be 9. What does that tell us? I'm not sure. This is a 2, 3, 7, so this cannot be 2, 3, or 7. Excuse me. Let's just put those numbers down then. 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So 5 cannot be on the German whisper line. So this is also 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. No 5. And 4, 6 would be next to 2 unique digits on the German whisper line. So that can't be 4, 6. That can't be 4, 6. Oh, well, no, okay, we don't know anything about that. Can this be 4? No, it cannot be 4 because it's not 4 away from 2 or 7. So this specifically cannot be 4. It could be 6, though. It could be 2 or 3. And then 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? So this is also 2 or 3 with 6, 7, 8, and 9 because of the same logic. And it can't be 1, obviously. Oh, and these can't be 1 here. So this is 8 or 9. So we know this is 2 or 3. So this is 8 or 9. This is 2 or 3, which means this must be 7, which means this must be 2. So this has to be at least 4 away from there. This is 6, 7, 8, and 9, which means this has to be the 1. So this can't be 1, this can't be 1. Oh, interesting. So this is outside. This is outside. It cannot be 1. It could be 2, though. So 2, 8, and 9 are possible to be outside. This cannot contain 1, 2, and 3, so 9 cannot be here, right? If you have to have a 9, it would have to be with 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is 2 or 3. So we can probably have similar logic here, right? So this is, because this is symmetrical, essentially. So this is 1, 2, no 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. Obviously no 5, no 4, 6. So this, okay, and this is high, low, high, low, high. So this has to be 9 then. Okay, so then this is 9, this is 8. These can't be 8. These can't be 8. This can't be 9, obviously. This is a low. So since this is low, this has to be high. So this is 8. This is 3. There's no 2, 3 here. This is high, low, high. So this can't be 1. Low, which means this is a 1. And this is high. So this is 1. These can't be 1. So this has to be 9 because it has to be high. And this is 2, 3, and 2 and 3. So this is a 3 and this is a 2. Which makes this an 8. This is a 7. There cannot be a 1 here. There cannot be a 9 here. Okay. This is 3. This has to be at least 4 away. So it has to be 7 or 8. And therefore this is 1, 2, 8, or 9. This is low. It cannot be 1 because then that would be 9. So this has to be 2, 3, 4, and this is 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 2 because then this would be 3. Oh, wait, it could be 2. This can no longer be 9. Okay, this can't be 8. Interesting. These work completely differently. That's very probably because of the numbers that are there. That's interesting though. Right, because this couldn't be 9, and that forces that to be 9, but this could be 2 or 9. Interesting. So this can't be 1 anymore. Oh, it's opposite this way. Interesting. So this can't be 9. If this is 9, this would have to be 1, which is impossible. So this is 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so it works that way, I guess. If this is 7 or 8, that could be 8 or 9. Why is this not opposite though? I don't know. Anyways, this has to be high also, and it can only be 7. This is low. It can't be 1. It could be 2, but 3, but the 3 can't be there, so this is 2. So then this has to be 3, which means it's next to an 8 and a 9. So this is next to a 1 or 2, which makes this 3. So this could be 2 or 9. This has to be 4 then. So there cannot be 4 here. This can't be 2 anymore. So this can't be 3. Can you ever have 19 without a 2 and a 3 in 5 digits? I don't think so. So 1, if you don't have a 2 and a 3, that would be 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 4 and 7 adds up to 11, times 2 is 22, plus 1 is 23, and that's way too much for 19. So this cannot be 2. This has to be the 9. Since this is 9, that can't be 9, which means this can't be 8. This can't be 8 or 9, so this is 7. This is 6. So this has to be... Okay, this cannot be 9 here. This can't be 2, so therefore this is a 1. This is a 2. This can't be 1 or 9. This can't be 9. This can't be 7. So we have a 1 and a 2 here. This is a 5 or 6. This is a 5 or 6. So we can remove the 5s here. This is a 4 or 5. 4 or 5. This is a 4 or 5. So we have a 4, 5, 6 triplet in column 1, which means there cannot be a 4, 5, or 6 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 4 or 6, so this is a 1. This similarly here, this is a 4, 5, 6 triplet in column 9, and therefore that can't be 4 or 6, so this is the 9. So we have a 5, 6, 5, 6 pair here. So this can't be 5 or 6. This is a 4, which makes that 5, which makes that 4, which makes that 6, that 5, and this is a 6. This can't be 6, obviously. These can't be 5, and this can't be 1. So this is a 4, 6, 4, 6 triplet, or pair. Sorry, I don't even know where I got that triplet from. Therefore, in the column, there cannot be a 4 or 6. This can't be 6, and it can't be 2, and it can't be 4. So this is a 1, 5, 1, 5. So this can't be 1. So this is 1, 5, 1, 5, which means this has to be 4 and 6 here. Okay, this does not have a 1. It has to have either a 5 or 9. Does it work with 9 but without a 5? I don't think so. 9 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6. It can't even have 6. It has to have a 7 at least. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7. That's 9 plus 7, which is 16. And 16 is not 9 away from 22. So this has to be 5. This is 9. We know the other digits here. So the other digits here are 1, 2, 5, and 7. So 127 adds up to 10 plus 5 is 15, so that must be a 4 then to add up to 19. This is 1, 2, and 7. So this is 127, this is 127. Now we know this is 5. It has to have 4, 2, and 3. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5 add up to, so it's 2 plus 5 is 7 times 2 is 14. It must be with 8. So we know 8 is here, and then this is 7. So this is 2 or 3. This is 2 or 3. This can't be 1 or 7, so this is 2. No 2, no 2. It's a 1, 7, 1, 7. Here, maybe we go here. This cannot have a 9. It must have a 7 and an 8. And it must have 6. 6, 7, 8. And it has 1 of 5. So 6 plus 7 plus 8 is 21. If it has 1 with it, that's 22, and then it would need another 7. So this cannot be 1. So this is 5. This is 1, which makes this 7. This is 1. So 7 is here. So we know it's 7 and 8. So it's 6, 7, and 8 plus 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 plus 8 is 13 times 2 is 26, so it's with 3. So this has to be 2. So we know this is 3, 7, and 8. This is 3, 7, and 8. This can't be 7 because of this 7. One of these is 1. So 1, and this can't be 9. So it's 1, 3, or 8. It can't be 8 here. So this does not have a 2. We know it's 1. Okay, so can it have it without a 1? So say this was 1. The minimum here now would be 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. And I think it's too big. 3 plus 6 is 9 times 2 for 4 and 5 is 18 plus 8 is 27. No, 26, which is not 22. So this cannot be 1. So therefore this is 8, this is 3. This can't be 3, this can't be 3, can't be 7. This has to be 8, this is 7. This has to be 1. This is with a, so it's 1, 3, 5, and 9. So 1 and 9 is 10. 3 and 5 is 8, so it's 18. 18 plus 4 makes 22. So this is 4, this is 6. This is 3 or 9. And now, from here, we're just probably doing Sudoku. Because we've already filled in all the odds. This can't be 9. This is 3. So this is 9. Yep, we're just doing Sudoku. This is 2, this is 3, this is 5, this is 1. That's 3. Let's celebrate. I don't know why my celebration isn't as colorful as it used to be. Anyways, 2 can't be here or here, so this is 2. 7 can't be here, so this is 7. This makes this 6, yep, and this is 4. So this 4 means this is a 6. This is not 5 or 6, so this is 4, this is 5. We have, what, 6, 8, and 9. This can't be 6 or 9, so this is 8. This can't be 8, so this is 9. This is 8. And this is all just from Sudoku. This, therefore, must be a 9. This is 6. We have 4, 5, and 3. This is 4. This is 5, and that's 3. This has to be 5. This is 4. This is 5, and this is 6. And that's a solve. Pretty nice. Yeah, interesting new rule set with the lockout lines. Or I've never seen it, personally. And it makes a nice little robot. Anyways, I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.